If you observe here, so this report is displaying all the result related to this category, like bikes category, clothing category, and accessories category, and components category, and clothing category. So total there are 1 2 3 4 categories are there. So I don't want to see all the categories information. I don't want to see all the categories information. I want to select the data. So which category values I want to see, that I will select here. So based on that selection only, the report should be display the result. That means parameter values. Okay, how to create a parameter value? Parameter value means I want to pass a input parameter value here. So for the user, for the client, we are going to give the selection. So which category sales information you want to see? Okay, so how to, these are we are calling parameters in SSRS. So how to create a parameter, right? So there are two kind of parameters. One is the parameters in query level and the parameter level in report level. So how to create this parameter in the query level, that we will see first. So come to design mode. So I want to take our proceed query. Come here, report data, data sets. This is my query, right? Right. Control A, Control C. Connect it. Yes. Okay, right. So the parameter, how you can create a filter value, where I want to create this parameter on category column. So where is the category column? The category column is nothing but pc.name. Control C, where pc.name equal to at the rate of category. Okay, this is my parameter name. See, just copy this one, Control C, paste here. Okay, right, click OK. So automatically that parameter will come here. See here in the parameters. Okay, if you are previewing this report, see the category value you have to give. If you want to run this report, you have to give the parameter value. Okay, right. So what value you want to give? For example, any of one value, bikes. Then you can view the report. Click view report. So it will display only bikes information. See, it is displaying only bikes information. Got it? So if you want to give these components, it will give only components information. So instead of typing this value, if I'm giving all the drop down here, whatever the categories we have in our organization, for example bikes, clothing, component, everything, so I want to display that values in the drop down list. So based on the selection, based on your requirement, you can select any value, right? So how to create a drop down for this category parameter, right? So the for the drop down values, first we have to find out how many categories we have. Okay, so this name is coming from the which table? PC. Where is the PC? Yes, from this table the values are coming. Control C, select name from this table. So you have to take these names. These are the values. So if you are taking this query will give all the categories in your organization. Go to report data. I want to create one data set for this one. Add data set. This category parameter. So you can give any name. Okay. Click here. This is the data source and query is here. Click OK. Right. It is giving the name. So now come to this category parameter. See here. So what is this name and what is this prompt? The name in the sense the category name, and prompt in the sense whenever you are previewing this report, so it is showing something, the category parameter name, right? Category. If you are writing this some other name like category name, that will come differently. So if you see here, the prompt is nothing but here, this one, category name. Whatever the prompt you have written, that will come here. Okay, right. So what kind of data type you are passing a value? The category name value, what value you are passing? String value. Bikes, clothing, components, this value, right? Okay. So come to available values. Available values means if you have any drop down, then you can uh, assign that drop down value. See, there are three options. One is none. Select from the one of the following options. None means, so there is no drop down, there is no values, so you have to enter always, you have to type the value. So the next option is specify the value. Specify the value means manually you can enter the value here. For example, bikes, this is the label. Label means whatever the value it is displaying in the drop down. So this value is nothing but, so whatever the value you are going to pass to filter here. Okay, so the value field is coming like the accessories, this is coming and replace here. And if you are selecting the bikes, it is coming here and replacing here. This is value field. Whatever the label field, the label field means it is displaying the value in the front end, in the drop down. The displaying value is different, the back end whatever the value you are passing to filter the value is different. Okay, right. So instead of taking the specifies values, take get values from the query. Okay, so from which query you are going to take? There are two data sets you have created. One is product details, that is different. For this category only you have created category parameter drop down, sorry, this data set. So value field means which column. For example, from that data set we have two columns are coming. So one, this name column I am going to take. Name column is nothing but this one only, right? This is the value field I am going to take. And the label field also I am going to use the same one, because I don't want to show another names. The same names I want to display and the same names I want to pass as the input parameter here. Okay, so if you are clicking OK, preview it. See here, the category name is the parameter name. These are the drop down values. Accessories, bikes, clothing, components. Those values are whatever the values coming from this category. Right? See here. So this parameter, this is the data set we have created, and inside this data set this will give this result. And if you want to see in the query designer, so the column name is name, and these are all the values: accessories, bikes, clothing, components. The same values I have shown here in the parameters available values. Take get the values from the query, and the data set name you have to specify, and value field name, label field also same one I am going to use. If you want to pass the default value means, so whenever you are previewing, it is not selecting any value here. See here, so you have to select any of one value. Okay, and view the report. So by default, the first time whenever you are previewing the report, so by default I want to pass one value. So that parameter value you can pass as a default value is default values. If you want to specify a single value, yes, you can specify like bikes. Or if you want to take the values from the query, if you are taking the from query, it will take the first one, which accessories it will take for always. Okay, so instead of that I want to pass a bikes as the value. Preview it. Okay, see, these are all the values. Got it? Right. So you come to here. So in the drop down you can select always only one value. You can select only one value, either accessories or either bikes or either clothing, any of one value only. If you want to see the result for more than one value, how you can do? So that means allow multiple values. So that property you can enable in parameters, allow multiple values. If you are hiding this variable, then it is not showing, displaying the variable there. Okay, so take value visible only, preview it. See, by default it is taking bikes. If you want to select all the values, yes, you can select. View the report. Query execution failed for the dataset product details must decrease. Right. So the reason is, so you are passing the value more than one value. So whenever we are passing more than one value, so you have to take in operator, right? Instead of equal. Equal is only for one value. So you have to copy this one. Instead of copying, you can change here. This data set, you can take in operator. Click OK. Okay, now the preview. Select all, view the report. Right, see, it is displaying all the values. View the report. Bikes clothing. See, this is the query level parameter, because you are, if you are adding a parameter here, so that parameter will come automatically here, right? So instead of taking this parameter in the query level, the query level means what is the benefit of when we are creating a parameter in the query level. See, for example, this is your data source, that means SQL server, you just assume, and you are creating a data set here. This is data set in our SSRS. This is your report. So this data set is a part of report only, but I'm talking about the designing mode. So if you are applying a parameter in the query level, for example, if you are trying to preview the report, so this report is trying to filter the data. Where it is filtering the data? First it is taking the data from SQL server. So it will apply the filter in the SQL server level only, the database level only. For example, if you are applying only bikes information, it will return only bikes information to the data set, only bikes. Okay, the same data it will display in the report. Okay, so the bikes information it is filtering in the database level. But if you are creating a parameters in the report level, okay, this is the SQL, this is the data set, Okay, this is the report. You are applying a report in the you are creating a parameter in the report level parameter. So it is not filtering the data in the database level. For example, if you are expecting a bikes information only, but it will take all the information from this database, whether it is a bikes or categories or whatever. So based on your applying the filter, you can filter the data in dataset level or report level. Okay, so in this time, if you observe here, it will take the lot of data from SQL server. It is a time consuming and memory issue also. Okay, and it will take all the data in the data set. Up to data set, it will filter the data in data set level or report level, because this is not a query level parameter, this is a report level parameter. Okay, but in the report level parameter, it will filter the data in database level only. It will take the data, whatever the data you require, that data only it will take. So that is the difference between the query level and parameter and report level parameter. So how to create this report level parameter? Okay, right, so this is the category, right? So I'm going to delete this one, or okay, right, I want to create, yes, I'm going to delete this one. So you can remove the parameter from here also. How to create the same parameter in report level? Okay, so right now we don't have any parameter. If you see the preview, so there is no parameters. How to create? Now we just right click on the parameters, add parameters. The parameter name, category, and the prompt you want to show category name. Okay, text data type. So available values I'm going to take from the query name. So specify values bytes. Okay, right, so you have created one parameter. So where you want to filter the data? So you didn't apply any filter in the query level, right? So there is no filter. So where you can apply the filter? So you can apply filter in two levels. One is in the data set level and in the report level. So you have created a parameter, but where you are applying filter? So for example, if you want to apply this filter in the report level, sorry, data set level, just right click, go to data set properties, under filters, add, on which column you are going to apply this filter? Category column. If you are making equal, that means it will allow only single value. So I'm going to make this is in operator. So the value field, go here, and what value you want to pass? This parameter value I want to pass here. Just double click here. Okay, this value I want to pass. Got it? Click OK. So now you can preview the report. See, it is displaying only bikes. If you are selecting clothes, you can, it is showing only clothing information. If you want to make this multiple values, allow multiple values. See, you can select this one also. Accessories and bikes information, it is displayed. So that is the way you can create a parameter level, report level parameter, by applying the filter in dataset level. So instead of applying a filter in the dataset level, delete it, click OK. So I want to apply this in this report level. Just right click, go to tablets properties, filters, add, category, in operator, and the parameter you have to put. Preview it. So now it is filtering in the designing level, not in the data set level. So the data is coming until this data set is, all the data is coming. So in the report it is displaying, before it is displaying, it will filter the value. Okay, right. You can select any of them. It is filtering the data, right? Got it? Yes, any confusion? This is very important interview question. So what is the difference between the parameter level, or sorry, report level and query level parameters? Which one is the best option? Always the query level parameters are the best option. Okay, because it is reducing the amount of the data transferring, and whatever the data it is expecting, it requires to display in the report. So that much of the data only it is carrying from the database. Okay, so that is about the query level and report level parameters. Okay, clear, right?
Yes, Ram.
Okay, fine. Right. So the next one I'm going to do here. So I want to delete this parameter. This filter also I want to delete. Click OK. So how to make this? How to hide this tablix? For example, I don't want to show this tablix. So you just right click, tablix, visibility, hide. If you are hiding this one, it is not previewing anything. See, it is not previewing the table data because you are hiding this one. Right click, tablix properties, visibility, show. If you want to do this on the basis of some condition basis, for example, if the parameter value, if you want to save, okay, so I just roll back this one. If you are putting control Z until the save, then it will come roll back. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do, write one condition here for the visibility. If the parameter value, if you are selecting is a bikes, then I want to display the table result. If you are selecting any of other value, I don't want to display this one. Okay, so how to write down if there is a one function is there. Okay, so the parameter value for this category, if you are selecting, that is bikes, then false comma true. So you have to write down this expression. Okay, so if the parameter value is bikes, then it will display the table, otherwise it is not displaying the table. Click OK. So preview it. The hidden expression of the text for tablets contain error overload resolution failed because the public can be called by. Sorry, visibility. Sorry. Click OK. See, you are selecting bikes only. That's why it is displaying the data. For example, if I am selecting the accessories, it is not displaying anything. So not only the accessories, if you are selecting the components, it is not displaying. If you are selecting only bikes, it is displaying the table data, because you have written one condition inside that condition based on the visibility. The visibility condition is show or hide based on an expression. Okay, bytes false true. If you are selecting the parameter value only bytes, then only I want to display this one. So I don't want to write down anything, show here, click OK. Okay, so that is about the visibility property. Got it? So if you want to sort the data, so it is displaying the data like this, right? See, it is displaying the data in the, for example, based on the subcategory. If you want to sort this data, you can do that one also. Right click, sorting, and which column you are to sort this one, subcategory basis, whether it is A to Z or Z to A, that means ascending order or descending order. Okay, click OK. You can preview this one. See, on this subcategory basis we have sorting the data. Okay, so that is the sorting property. This is the filters property, so you can apply many number of filters. Okay, this is the visibility property, right? Okay, so the next one what I'm going to do here, grouping. What is the grouping? So I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete this filter also. So then the data is displaying like this way. It is displaying for all categories, right? So instead of displaying this each detailed information, row by row, row by row, row by row, so if you want to do this on a grouping on this category, okay, so how to do this grouping, right? So you just right click on this row groups detail section, parent group, group by category. Okay, so if you want to add a group header also, click OK. See, it is coming like this. So you can delete this one, or you can, first you can preview this one. See, this is accessories information. So because why I am creating this grouping, so instead of repeating accessories, so whatever the accessories information is, subcategory, order, date, year, I want to display only one time this accessories, bikes also one time for all this information, right? So I don't want this column, I want to delete that column. Preview it. See, this looks good, right? Because initially it is displaying accessories, bikes, right? So that is the grouping. So if you want to do this grouping again and subcategory also, yes, you can do. Just right click on the category, add group, child group, because the category is the main group and this is the child group. So you can click subcategory, add group header, click OK. See, this is the subcategory column. So I want to delete this column. Right click, delete, preview it. See, accessories, subcategories. Okay, so So this is the bikes. But under bikes, the subcategory is mountain bikes, and this is the road bikes is the one subcategory. Okay, under clothing, these are all the subcategories. So this way you can display the result. Okay, right. If you want to add subtotals, for example, if you see this is the line total amount, right? For each subcategory wise, I want to add the total. So how to add that one? Come to design mode, go to subcategory, add total after. Before means it will displaying the upper side. So after you can add. Okay, right. So why you are going to take order as the sum? No, I don't want to take. Preview it. See, it is giving the order. Okay, this is the total. So you can make it something like bigger, bold it. Okay. Yeah, this is the overall total. This is the each category wise total. Okay, so you can if you don't want, you can delete this one. So this way you can add the totals also. See, if you see the total means it is taking the function sum of total order quantities, and this is also sum of line total also. Okay, this is about the categories. How to create a grouping. So for this grouping, you can make some properties also. For example, this category grouping, group properties. See here, sorting. On which column basis you are going to do the sorting. In the visibility also you can write down whether that group you want to display or not. Filters. Okay, right. So I'm going to take this one, export this report. Go to Excel, desktop. Yes, can go and see. See, so all this accessories bikes are information is coming into this one. So what I'm going to do here, for each category I want to display one sheet. So this accessories information I want to display in one sheet, and in the next sheet I want to display bikes information. So category wise I want to divide this data into sheet by sheet. How to do this one? Instead of putting all the categories information in one sheet, how to do this one? Come design mode, categories, group properties, page breaks between each instance of a group. Okay, so you can select this page breaks option, click OK, and go to F4 properties, Go to F4 properties. So in the page name, yes, in the page name you have to write down the each page name. So what? So for each sheet, what name you are going to display? So I want to display the category name. Okay, right. First we will export this report and we'll see that later. Preview this one, whether it is dividing each sheet or not. If you see, first it is displaying accessories, in the next page it is displaying bikes. So I want to export this one. Save it. Yes. Product info. See, sheet by sheet it is displaying. Only accessories information is coming in this block, and sheets bikes information coming is sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. So what I'm going to do here, for sheet 1 I want to display the name as accessories, and this is bikes, this is clothing, the sheet 4 is components. So how you can display this category name as the each sheet name? So the property you have to enable F4 page break under the page name. Page name. Okay, you can take the under the data sets category. We'll see whether it is working or not. Yes. Excel. Close it. Save it. Yes. So it is repeating clothing, 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 right? So that's wrong. So you have to make that name as Okay guys, so that thing we will see tomorrow. I don't know why it is not coming that. Okay, so I think that will come from your end. You can try. Okay, or else
Okay, Ram.
I will show you tomorrow, so how to do that one. Sometimes you know these SSRS reports are not working, but there is no issue, but that is not an error. So simply what you have to do, you have to simply delete that one and recreate the report. So that is the solution. Okay, so this is the
The
drawback.
entire report?
Yes, so that is the
Okay.
drawback in SSRS. Sometime the same
Oh,
what you have designed, if you are doing the same once again, then it will work. There is no debug, there is no error. Okay, something like
okay.
validation problems. Okay, right. So you have to practice up to this one. Okay,
Okay, Ram.
the tomorrow session we will discuss something more about do we have session tomorrow?
Yes, Ram. We don't have on Saturday. That is Sunday for you.
Tomorrow is Saturday, right? Oh, my Saturday.
Yeah, your Sunday we don't have a class.
So then tomorrow is my Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have session tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow,
No,
I guess,
Tomorrow
your
is
Sunday we don't have class, Ram.
yeah. Then
yeah,
now
your Sunday, Saturday we don't have a class. We have class on Saturday, like for you.
yes.
13th we have, 14th we don't have. Like 13th tomorrow we have, 14th
Okay,
we don't have.
Sunday for me.
Yeah, Sunday, like according to your dates only.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then we will meet tomorrow.
Okay, Ram.
Okay. Thank you.